Yes lads, welcome back to the vlog. Today we are doing a fuse board change, so I thought why not take you guys along. Previously we done an EICR on it and we said recommendation, change the fuse board and a load of other bits. So that's what's on the agenda today. We're going to take you through it. Let's do it. And we're straight into the graph. So this is the fuse board we're going to be changing. As you can see, it's an old Wirelex 8-way consumer unit. We're going to be changing it for a fuse box fuse board, 10-way. We carried out the EICR, and obviously this is the old pull-out fuses, and this property is actually going to be a rental property. So we're going to have to bring it all up to standard and make sure it's looking pucker. Let's get into it. So we've got some old bell transformer that's going to go in the process. We've got some cable hanging out there. The circuits we've got is just cooker, sockets upstairs, downstairs, lights upstairs, lights downstairs, and then a smoke alarm circuit. I couldn't actually find that on the report, so depending on how it goes, we might just leave that out. We've obviously got our main towers coming in. They drop down this trunk in. I'm not going to be replacing them because they're absolutely fine. Double insulated tails. It's just going to be more ag than it's worth to take all the trunking off, feed new tails. So we're just going to keep them in. We've got our bonding conductors, so we've checked that we've got our water and our gas bonding conductors. So now we just need to isolate the whole fuse board and then get it stripped back, and we'll take you through the process. So obviously we're replacing it for a metal fuse board, but I just wasn't sure how I was going to do this one, because sometimes fuse boards I know exactly how I'm going to do it. It's going to go smooth sailing, but I wasn't quite sure because obviously this is flush to the wall. The cable entries in the top, they've just cut a slot in the top of this one. Obviously we can't do that with the metal fuse board. So I was trying to think whether we go like stuffing glands, do we pack it off? I've got some 20mm bushes to potentially pack it off, but now I'm thinking, do I go stuffing glands? I'm just going to see how much slack I've got on the cables that come from this ceiling and then go from there, I think. But yeah, I think we're just going to play it by ear. The weather's so crap as well, so no natural light, so it is the LED lens, the head torch. But as you can see, we've just turned off all the circuits, and these are the really crappy pull-out fuses. They're so stiff to pull out. I don't know why these were ever invented, but we're going to get it all isolated, taken apart, because with these fuses, you can't actually take off this cover because they've got this lip on them, so you need to take out every single fuse before, or you can even take off this cover, which I guess is good for an isolation purpose, but it's a pain in the arse. Also, very quickly, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, drop a comment of whatever you want to comment. We're trying to grow this channel. We're currently on 3,000 subscribers, which is absolutely crazy. You lot are mental. But hit the subscribe button. Let's get back into the video. Right, we've isolated the supply. We've tested that it's dead with the testers. Now, what I do on every single FuseBoard upgrade is, to make it easy, we know that it runs from circuit 1 all the way down to 6. So what I do is I just get a Sharpie, mark the cable with 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So we know that cable matches that circuit to make it that easier, that little bit easier really. We've obviously got a couple of circuits bunched, so we've got this one. I think I'm going to just put this on a separate circuit and work out what that does. And then obviously we've got this lighting circuit that's bunched. We'll see what that's about. But yeah, we're just going to carry on stripping out this board, taking them out one by one and getting it swapped over. So the old fuse board is all gone, and we've actually got quite a lot of slack on the cable. So I am thinking about doing the stuffing glands, and then that bunched up lighting circuit was this old ring doorbell. This old doorbell. So this is actually going to go, so we can strip that out. So then we haven't got any bunched up circuits in there. I'm going to put that new twin and earth on a new 16 amp breaker, and then yeah. So I think we just screw it straight to the wall. Stuffing glands in the top. Stuffing gland in the side for the mains towels coming in, and it's going to look cushy, lads. Whenever I do a fuse board, I always strip the lid off, strip the guts out, take the dim rail off, take the breakers out, because otherwise it's an absolute nightmare. If you're trying to fix the fuse board with the dim rail in, the breakers in, it can be a pain. So we strip it all out just to make our life that little bit easier. We said already, we're going to go with the stuffing gland way of doing the fuse board. On the top, they've got the knockouts already. They have got, obviously, the 20mm knockouts. They've got a 32 and a 32, which makes it a little bit awkward. I've got a 25, got 20mm stuffing gland, so the 20mm will just go into the 20mm knockouts, but the 25, I'm thinking about just drilling out into the centre of the two 32s, because if you drill out the 32s and then it knocks it out, it's just don't look great and it just don't fit well. So we're going to try and attempt to do that. Probably thinking I am talking absolute gibberish, but this is what I'm talking about with the knockouts. So they've already got the 20mm knockouts, the 32 knockouts, but I'm going to go bang slap new hole in there for 25. That's going to take the cooker and a ring main, and then we've got these 20mm. We could try and knock that out, but well, I've just been looking through all my drill bit sets and things like that, and I've got the world's bluntest 25mm bit. I've been meaning to get a load of speed cutters, but I just haven't had a chance to get them. But look at that. Look at the state. That has got less teeth than a crackhead, mate. I'm telling you. But we're just going to go with it because it's the only 25mm bit I've got. Absolute nightmare. Don't know why I do it to myself. Lads, I totally forgot. I absolutely forgot that I had these in the van. The Bosch carbide bits. These bits are unbelievable as well, and I've got a 25mm bit. I totally forgot I had them in the van, so yeah, that's the hole saw situation sorted. But these bits are the absolute bee's knees. They've got like the quick release chuck on them as well, so they just slip into place and you're ready to go like that. So nice and handy to have. Oh, so yeah, this happened. As I said before, I was going to drill it out to the 25mm. We found the Bosch hole saw, and then the pilot bit snapped, and yeah, I'll take it back. Maybe they're not as good as I say they were. So we was trying to go through the blunt one, it weren't working, so we just had to use our 32 sharp one. So what we're going to do instead, use this one for the cooker ring mains. It's a meter tail gland, but it will do the same job. And then we've got the 220mm ones for all the lighting. That was an absolute nightmare. But anyway, let's finally get this on the wall. It's taking so much longer than it actually should. Let's get it on the wall. We're going to get the cables in, and then I'll check in with you once we've done that. Right, so that was an absolute struggle. I'm kind of regretting going with like the stuffing gland way, because that was an absolute nightmare. But we've got the cables in, we've got the main tails in, main earth in, we've got all the twin and earths ready to go. Look how criminal that is. Look how short they've snipped that earth. So I'm gonna have to extend that. I've got to get the main bonded into the board as well. Just gonna stuff a little stuffing gland in there, and then yeah, start getting everything terminated. As you can see, oh mate, that was a struggle. But yeah, so that's the board all up, ready to go. Now we're going to start, probably put away the earths, get them done first, and then we get the RCBOs in and the usual fuse board bits. So yeah, I'll catch up with you in a minute. See ya. A lot of the earths was so short, so it's just literally as the crow flies. I'd much prefer to get them into the earth bar, then have an extra connection. So we managed to get all the earths in. We had to extend one with a little Wago up there, so we're just going to hide that up there so you can't see that. But yeah, all the earths in, and now it's just time to get the RCBOs in. It's not going to look as neat as a brand new install, but this is reality, lads. You can't always get them up neat 100% of the time. So yeah, let's see what they look like once the RCBOs are in. Usually what I do with the RCBOs, I just put the flyer leads behind the meter tail clamp just to keep them nice and hidden. But what I was thinking with these, obviously the cables are not long enough to really leave any slack, so I'm just going to go straight in. Usually I like to leave a little bit of slack on the twin and earths behind the RCBOs because we don't have this problem. If the previous electrician left the slack behind the RCBOs and then I come along, we can make it all nice and neat, but we don't have that option today. So what I'm going to do is just take them straight into the RCBO. I've literally got barely any slack, so that is the only solution for today, unfortunately. Like I said, they're never going to be as neat as a brand new install. And we're back. The power is back on. We've turned everything back on. It's livened up. Let me just show you what the fuse board looks like. We had one circuit as well, which when we done the EICR, it said smokes, but this property has got no smokes or no heat alarms. So that is on the next job. I'll probably do that on the next video. This is what she's looking like, lads. Not too bad. What we're going to do is we've got this circuit here, which was that smoke alarm circuit. I'm going to leave it out of the board. I'm just going to tell the client if you notice anything, because when I was doing the report and the testing, I just couldn't find it for the life of me. So yeah, we'll let the client know we've just left that one out. If she finds anything tonight or anything, we can come back tomorrow, put it back in. But we've got the blanks in, all the RCBOs are in. Tripping, we're going to do the RCD test because we've got all the other tests already. We're just going to do the RCD test right out on an iPad, and yeah, that is pretty much the EICR. That is pretty much the FuseBoard upgrade from the EICR. Obviously not the neatest fuse board in the world, but you're polishing a turd, lads. You've got to make the most of what you've got. If you know what I mean. We're just going to clip that or do something with that as well, because that's not the greatest. But yeah, that is the FuseBoard upgrade, done and dusted. Final finishing touches on the FuseBoard, labels, stickers, all that jazz. Cover on, job done. Now, the FuseBoard's finished. It's currently 12:10. We're going to fill out the iPad, get the cert done for the FuseBoard, but I'm absolutely starving. Maybe I'll do... You guys don't want to watch all the cert stuff. It is boring. It bores the life out of me, so it's definitely going to bore the life out of you. But if you do want to see like the cert stuff and how I write it all out, let me know, drop a comment, and I'll do that in the video. But that's the board all done. I'm going to leave the video here, have something to eat. I'm probably going to go to ITS, get some new drill bits as well. But yeah, this is the end of the vlog. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, like button. It is much appreciated. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Stay grafting.